So I'm gonna do something I don't normally do. But I want to say on this day, happy birthday to baby alpha male, my little boy. Happy birthday to you, homie. You's a baby alpha male. You're gonna be out here one day in these streets. But for now, take your ass in the house and listen to your fucking mama, eat your fucking beans, and do your goddamn chores, all right?
Eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables. Right. Eat your vegetables, eat your spinach, motherfucker. So here we are again. See, the thing about us, right? We don't give a shit about a lockdown. Do you know what a lockdown means for us? That just means more grinding, more work. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We don't give a shit about YouTube making our shit rated R. That just means, okay, well, we can be more open. Hell, we don't even care about them. We don't even care about them letting the YouTube channel show start 10 minutes after we started.
Yeah, they making our videos rated R, restricting our views and all. They're doing all sorts of shit over there, bro. It don't matter to me though. See, if YouTube was everything to us, then man, that would be a problem. But see, Three Kings Boxing has its own entity, man. It has its own URL. It has its own domain. It has its own fucking business. Has its own trademark, right? So YouTube don't matter, bro. YouTube is like, we do this for fun. This is for you guys. People who like us, tune in, laugh, enjoy yourself. People who hate us, I mean, shit, you still gonna visit threekingsboxing.com, so it don't matter to me.
I don't listen here, man. I'm gonna talk to y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret, right? If you want to get along with Three Kings, you have to understand one simple rule. One simple rule. Once you understand this, we all get along fine. We don't fucking care.
Exactly.
Once y'all understand that, everything will be good in your life because it's good over here. Like, y'all don't like us, y'all mad at us, you know what I'm saying? Y'all reneging on your words and shit. We don't care.
Yo, there's a cat hit me up and shit. I guess it was one of these dudes I blocked most recently, man. I'll tell you off the air, but he hit me up talking about some, I hate that the fact that you blocked me, you know what I'm saying? Shit, y'all niggas ain't even that hot anyway, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I was gonna invite you to my show, but what would you gotta offer, you know what I'm saying? I was like, first of all, I didn't respond to it was an email. I didn't respond to the email. Then I'm laughing because he's thinking that YouTube is where it is for us. YouTube, we can't even listen, man. YouTube keeps demonetizing my videos because we curse in them. So if YouTube was the end all to be all for us, don't you think we would have stopped saying fuck, shit, ass, and all that?
Big pussy motherfucker, thank y'all, good night.
Right. We would have stopped saying all that shit a long time ago, man. The channel's eligible to be monetized. There's other videos on there that's monetized, but these in particular, that YouTube keeps demonetizing them for just because there's cursing involved, right? So if YouTube was the end all to be all for us, then why the hell wouldn't he clean that shit up a long time ago? See, people don't think. You know what I'm saying? Boxing fans are some of the dumbest motherfuckers in the world, bro. They really are, man. You know what I'm saying? If you take offense to that, then I guess you one of them dumb motherfuckers. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Y'all really ain't hot. I was gonna invite you to my channel. Why would we want to invite somebody to your channel that's not hot?
You know what I could have did was I could have sent them our numbers for how much traffic we get on a daily on the website. But that I don't need to do that, bro. It is what it is.
No. Just understand that the checks that come through, not one of the motherfuckers say YouTube, okay? There are checks that come through. Yeah, hell, hold on, wait a minute. My man, see, this is why I like the people that follow us. Sports Advantage said it best. Beta ass mofo always about to do something big.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Y'all know how we do, man. Let's go and get this started. Of course, as always, go to 3kingboxing.com for the latest great going on in the sport of boxing. And as always, to help me maneuver through the beta male, bad smelling ass motherfucker, is my man HNIC. What's going on, family?
Another day, another dollar, another day to talk boxing, man. Let's get it in.
That's right. My man JL Davis he always represent. He said another day and another dollar. We in these streets on this MF Friday, my man.
My man, we in these streets.
That's right, baby. Always and always. But you know who's not in these streets?
Who is
that? Andy motherfucking Ruiz.
That's a lie. He is in these streets.
In the streets.
We got the video of him jump roping literally in the streets. The first time he worked out since he won the titles, bro. That's the first time he worked out since he won the title. And the funny shit was he was jump roping, right? And he was doing the jog, the slow jog with the jump rope. He wasn't speed roping. He was doing the slow jog. I was expecting to see, maybe him kick up the speed a little bit, maybe do a cross with the rope. None of that. He just kept the slow jog, and then the video stops. I was like, oh, man, as soon as the video stopped recording, motherfucker put the jump rope down and went back in the house to make some tacos, man. That's what he did. That shit didn't tell me nothing.
You're right about that. And you know that's what he did, right?
Sure.
Oh, man, Mama Denise, she said, what's up in these streets?
Close, but no cigar.
You gotta get
close.
I'm gonna give it to you, Mama Denise. I'm gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? I respect the OG. So I'm gonna give it to you. Virtuoso, he says he was in these streets jogging, chasing an ice cream truck.
Hell yeah. That's why he's getting ready. He was warming them legs up. He was warming them legs up to get to the ice cream truck, man. Exactly.
Oh, that's hella bogus, man. So Dillian Whyte was Eddie Hearns, him and Tony Bellew, they got something that they do where they talk to fighters. So Dillian Whyte was on that motherfucker, right? And Eddie Hearns, Dillian hasn't figured out Eddie's a snake. You know what I'm saying? Eddie is a slithering, sneaky, sly, say, words like, well, when we compose everything, we run down the money, and you a bitch ass nigga, and then we factor everything in. He do shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
he slyly sneaks something in to get by you, right? So they was talking about it, and then they talked about fighting without anybody's in the audience. And this is what Dillian Whyte said. He said, I'm a fighter anyway. I'm willing to fight anywhere. I'm willing to throw up a brawl any way and anywhere. I've calmed down a lot in that way. But it's not a problem with me. We've been in gyms. We've been in mini camp sparring. We've had harder fights in the gym. I've had harder fights in the gym than in the ring with just me, my coach, and their coach. Now, this is where Eddie got slick. He ran down a little 3-fight thing. He said, well, you got Povetkin, then Ruiz, then, hopefully you got Povetkin, Ruiz, and he's, Joshua Fury. He said, and right away, Dillian jumped in, no, forget Andy. Yeah. I want Joshua or Tyson Fury after Povetkin. Mm-hmm. He said, forget Andy. He said, Andy Ruiz got a big fight with diabetes at the minute, not type 1, type 2, the bad one.
Hey, you ain't lying, bro. Hey, man, my wife used to work for a diabetic, a place that provides diabetes supplies, man. I could have sworn that nigga Andy Ruiz called in a couple times, man. Look, man, a dude that goddamn big that can't keep his weight down, man, you can't take him seriously until he actually keeps his weight down. You see what I'm saying? Now, I know he beat Anthony Joshua. He had a lot of fat back on him and shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the last time we saw Andy Ruiz, he had even more fat back. Motherfucker had pork rinds, chitlins, you know what I'm saying? Sausage links hanging off his belly, bro. Literally.
He did, man.
I said, wrapped around his waist. Whole bag of sausage links, bro. So that's the last time we seen Andy Ruiz. From that point forth, bro, it's like, well, we can't trust him, dog. We saw what he did when he actually got a little bit of fame. So we can't trust Andy Ruiz to basically be dedicated and disciplined enough, without seeing him actually do it. Basically, he now at this point, He's got to show and prove. That's what it is, bro. If he's not showing and proving, we don't care about Andy Ruiz. So with Dillian Whyte saying this, the only people that probably would be mad about that is Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? No, nobody cares, right? And to be quite honest with you, Dillian Whyte has won, 11 straight fights since losing to Anthony Joshua? It's time to get a fucking title shot, man. They treat him like Kubrat Pulev, and he's fought better opposition than Kubrat Pulev did when, Pulev lost to Vladimir Klitschko and then trying to get himself back into title contention. Hell, Dillian Whyte has fought better opposition. You see what I'm saying? It's about time he should get a title shot, bro. He should have already gotten the title shot against Deontay Wilder. Regardless of what a lot of people say, I'm sorry, dog. When the WBC mandated Dominic Brazil, that was bullshit. I don't care what anybody's got to say to me. Dominic Brazil did nothing. He beat Carlos Negron and that dude Ike Uganu, whatever his fucking name is, that was overhyped. You know what I'm saying? That's all he did,
I remember
bro.
that shit. He sure did.
That's all he sure did. Carlos Negron and Ike Uganu. That's it, bro. Nobody else. Maybe he had another fight in there, but I don't fucking remember. Why? Because he didn't do shit. That's why. But Dillian Whyte, on the other hand, fought way better opposition than Dominic Brazil and put himself in position before Dominic Brazil actually defeated Carlos Negron. So Dillian Whyte should have gotten that fucking mandatory status instead of Dominic Brazil. But you know what that was? That was a whole, there's history between Wilder and Dominic Brazil. It's an in-house PBC fight. We can make more money with this fight. We can market it better, which you couldn't market it better because it's fucking Dominic Brazil. I mean, this is a light-skinned, fat-ass nigga with curly hair. Nobody gives a fuck about him. You see what I'm saying? Nobody ever thought Dominic Brazil was going to ever do anything. But there are people that do think Dillian Whyte could beat Deontay Wilder. There are people that think that. You see what I'm saying? So they could have actually marketed Deontay Wilder versus Dillian Whyte a hell of a lot better than sorry-ass Dominic Brazil and Deontay Wilder. And as you saw, the motherfucker went to sleep in the first round, just like most light-skinned, curly-head niggas do. At the end, look, man, it's fucked up because I'm light-skinned, but I got to put my people out there, bro. Look, man, sometimes they be making us look weak, bro. Yeah. They do, man. Dominic Brazil made us look weak that night, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me say this. At the end of the day, bro, he should have been got that damn fight with Deontay Wilder. Now that Wilder's lost to Tyson Fury, he ain't even mentioned Wilder. He said, fuck it, give me Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. He ain't even worried about Deontay Wilder no more. Why? Because he don't have a belt. And basically, he don't think Deontay Wilder even gets the belt back from Tyson Fury. That's why he ain't even mentioning him no more. But see, the situation with Anthony Joshua, he had an opportunity. See, this is where I ding his ass. He had an opportunity when I think he beat Derek Chisora in the rematch, right?
Yeah, sure did.
Anthony Joshua came in the ring. Eddie Hearn came in the ring. They talked about making that fight. Apparently, Eddie Hearn offered him a bullshit contract. Now, nobody knows how much he was offered, right? It's all speculation, whatever's out there. Nobody knows how much he was offered. But apparently, it was a BS contract. Dillian Whyte said, that's not enough money. Fuck it. I don't want to fight him. But that was your chance, though, bro. Like, I don't know, Bo. For me, and I get it, right? You got to pay, you got to pay everybody off. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand this. And this is why I really don't be tripping when cats say, oh, that's not enough money. I don't really trip too much unless it's about a situation where you're probably not going to get more money in the long run. Like dumbass Andy Ruiz, he should have took the $4 million from Dillian Whyte instead of turning that down because he wanted $5 million. That was stupid because Andy Ruiz will probably never get that payday again.
No, he won't.
So, but outside of that situation, I don't really be tripping on dudes that turn down money simply because, you got taxes to pay. That's like what, 30% of your guap right there?
33%.
That's 33% of your guap, dog. Then you got to pay your manager, your trainer, your promoter. You know what I'm saying? Then everybody else that's in your stable that we don't talk about, like second assistants, strength and conditioning coaches, sparring partners, etc. A lot of your dough is going elsewhere, bro. That's why a lot of these fighters are like, I need this much money off top. That's why they're like that, bro. So I can't say that it was a bad move. Why? Because I don't know the figure. There's speculation out there what the figure is, but nobody fucking knows what that figure was that Eddie Hearn offered Dillian Whyte for that rematch with Anthony Joshua. We don't know the figure. So I can't say it was a bad move, but what I can say from the outside looking in is that me as a person, dog, if I lost to a motherfucker and I have an opportunity to get my get back, I'm taking it, bro. Because if I beat him and I'm confident that I could beat him in a rematch, bro, all the money's coming on the back end after that. I got the title. Just look at Andy Ruiz. He got all this money, all these hoes from one fight and one fight only. You know what I'm saying? So Dillian Whyte could have got the same shit, actually more, because he's a higher profile fighter than Andy Ruiz is. So he would have gotten more. See, that's why I think it's a dumbass decision without knowing exactly what the offer was. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? Andy Ruiz ain't shit. Nobody even knows where is Andy Ruiz anyway? Oh, we saw him jogging in the street. But after that, where we go? Nigga went to the Pizza Hut, the Taco Bell, the Burger King. Oh, and I'm not talking about at different times. You went back to back to back. He went to Taco Bell.
That's funny.
Then he went to Burger King, got some. Then he went to motherfucking McDonald's and bought something. Then he went home. And everybody's like, oh, shit, you brought us some food. And he was like, no, nigga, it's for me. Go ahead, bro. Tired of this dude, man.
Hey, man, listen, man. Before we kick it off, Mama Denise said, HNIC, stop playing with me.
Man, look, she gonna whoop my ass one day, man.
Shit.
Hey, look,
I'm gonna hold you down.
My wife would love to see these comments from her, man. Because look, everybody, look, Mama Denise gonna have to get in line. Everybody want to whoop 2K ass, even my wife. Everybody want to whoop 2K ass, man.
My man Kendrick Taylor, who, by the way, had an awesome tweet from something you said.
Oh, the Tim Duncan. Yeah, that shit was dope.
That was dope, dog.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
He said, like y'all said, Ruiz can't be trusted. Here's the thing, and I agree with you. If I'm not mistaken, I think Dillian Whyte won the interim title, the WBC interim title, when he fought Robert Helenius, right? And it was then that the campaign for him to be mandatory should have fucking started. That was 2017. All right. They've been fucking him around, but here's why I don't have a problem with him saying forget Andy Ruiz. He made this man an offer. That's it. Now there's a lot I will knock him for. I thought he should, when he turned down the IBF mandatory to fight Kubrat Pulev, that was the wrong move, because look at where Kubrat Pulev is sitting right now. Kubrat Pulev is sitting right now about to fight him, right? I thought he should have forced Eddie Hearns when he was the WBO guy, when he was the WBO #1 dude. Thought he should have forced it then. Hell, he actually should have left Eddie Hearns when he was threatening to leave. He probably would have gotten to fucking Deontay Wilder, because that's actually what Luis Ortiz did. Luis Ortiz was supposed to have got to Joshua, didn't get to him. He was with Eddie Hearns, left, and was able to get to Deontay Wilder, right? Now, I know what y'all gonna say. Oh, Bo, they made an offer for Luis Ortiz to fight Anthony Joshua. They made that offer knowing that Luis Ortiz was already set to fight Wilder. So they already knew that this motherfucker wasn't gonna take this motherfucker right here, right?
Right.
You know, but at the end of the day, here's the thing. I don't have a problem with him saying to Andy Ruiz, forget Andy Ruiz, for two reasons. Number one, I made this motherfucker an offer. That's number fucking one. I made him an offer. Right? A generous one at fucking that, because he stuck up the goddamn play.
Exactly. 4 million was generous. Absolutely.
A generous one at that. Number two, I've been waiting a long fucking time. I'm not waiting no goddamn more. I want the winner of AJ versus motherfucking Tyson Fury if that fight happened. Think about this for a second, dog. Dillian Whyte, since losing Anthony Joshua, I don't know all the names, so forgive me. I know you had Chisora, you had Helenius, you had Tan, Parker, Chisora again. Oscar Rivas was a huge one.
That's a big one.
That was fucking huge.
A big one. And let me put some context on that, because people are gonna be like, who the fuck is Oscar Rivas? The reason why Oscar Rivas was a big win was because Oscar Rivas was ranked high by the WB. Actually, all four of them. Yep. WBO, the IBF, the WBA, and the WBC. He was ranked high in all four of those sanctioning bodies. Also, Oscar Rivas was in line to possibly get a fight with either Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua. All he had to do, obviously, because the fight with Dillian Whyte was for the interim WBC title. That's why he was in that fight, because if he would have won, he would have most likely, or he would have been named the mandatory for Deontay Wilder. So Oscar Rivas was in line for a big fight. All he had to do was get past Dillian Whyte. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's such a big win, because Rivas was one of the top contenders at that time.
Exactly. And he was a dangerous fucking opponent at that time also. As we clearly saw when the 12th round came, when he almost pulled it the fuck off. Okay? So at the end of the day, I don't have a problem with him telling Andy Ruiz, no, hell no. Forget Andy Ruiz. Why? If I make you an offer, hey, it ain't my fault you think you worth more. Listen, hey, number one, let's keep it real. Ever since winning the title and then getting all that money in the motherfucking rematch, Andy Ruiz been out here acting like a little hoe.
Yeah, he is.
How the fuck do you turn down $4 million? Oh, you can do that when you get 12 million. You got you. I got you.
But he ain't. But the problem with that is, bro, you got to look at I ain't speaking to you, but what Andy Ruiz got to look at is, how did you get that 12 million? Right? Exactly. You were the unified champion. On top of that, y'all fought in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is just giving money out, dog. Anybody wants some money, go to Saudi Arabia. I'm telling y'all right now, they're giving it away. You know what I'm saying? That's how he got that dough. Guaranteed, if the goddamn rematch was even in Wembley Stadium, he wouldn't have got 12 million. It was because of Saudi Arabia was putting that dough up, man. Right? So the $4 million to fight Dillian Whyte for a non-title fight, bro, this is excellent money.
Excellent money, nigga. When I run down the rankings, outside of you fighting Joshua Fury or Wilder, nobody else gets you $4 million fucking payday.
Nope.
Nobody else.
Nope.
There's nobody else that gets you a $4 million. Nigga, Alexander Usyk don't even get you a $4 million fucking payday. Nope. Are you shitting me?
Exactly.
So hey, I don't have no issues with Dillian Whyte saying what he's saying and then poking fun at him. He was right for that. You motherfucker, you turned down a fight on a technicality because, like my man 2K always said, Ruiz made a very ambiguous statement. And for you dumb niggas out there, he left it open for some type of interpretation. I've been waiting a long time to use that. You know what I mean?
Oh hell!
I have my dictionary sitting right here, goddamn. But yeah, he left it to me something. Oh well, you you guys never made me the right offer. Something he said, $5 million. He said you guys never offered me $5 million. And he showed him basically we've offered you 4. Then Eddie in that same thing said, well, okay, if we do 5, we got a deal. See what I'm saying? Yeah. But at the end of the day, even you coming, how dare you even come wait a minute, after what you did in the ring, after that performance, motherfucker, how dare you try to rebuttal? Nigga, how dare you?
Yeah.
How many hearts? I'd have been like, you got some balls on you. What'd you do? Lose weight so you can see him? How dare you hit me with a rebuttal?
My man got to pull back layers of fat before he pissed, man. Hold on, man. Let me pick up these 3 stomachs real quick.
Nigga got to turn sideways in the mirror and still use the string. Hell out of here, man.
Hey, man, look, I'm going to tell y'all, Andy Ruiz fans, right now, he deserves to be the blunt of all these jokes.
Yes, he does.
All of them. That's his fault. Motherfucker showed up at the rematch as the champion, weighing 428 pounds. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. He deserves all these jokes. Then gonna turn down a $4 million payday like he's a somebody. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Exactly. Now he's with Trainer Reynoso, so let's see how that goes. But until I see him in the ring, I'm telling I don't trust him. And at the end of the day, Dillian is right again for 2 fucking reasons. I made you a fucking offer, and I'm tired of fucking waiting. I want my shot. Now, my only issue with Dillian is if they try to get you another fight, tell them no. Fuck, I ain't no. Because the more times you fight, the more chances you risk losing and knocking yourself out of getting your fight. Right. Like this Povetkin one is a dangerous one to me. If you beat Povetkin, no. Like pull a Kubrat Pulov. Well, I'm the mandatory. Ain't nothing for me to do, motherfucker. Hell, get ignorant like motherfucking Bermain Stavern did. When they turned Bermain Stavern, when Povetkin popped positive, they said, fight Luis Ortiz. He said, I ain't fighting no motherfucking body.
Yeah, he said, look, bro, I think he fought Derek Rossi before that. He was like, I fought Derek Rossi. That's it. That's all I need. I'm mandatory. Y'all better mandate my shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. So at the end of the day, Dylan, you're absolutely right. But Eddie, you snake motherfucker, you tried to sneak that Ruiz name in there and he caught your ass.
Right.
All right, man. So let's move on, man. Kenny Porter, dog. I like Kenny Porter, man. Hey, man, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't care how many niggas he muffed from behind. I don't care. I don't care how many motherfucking girls he smashed. I mean, allegedly. Allegedly.
That ain't alleged.
I thought 2K.
Go ahead, man. I'm listening. Go continue.
Allegedly.
That shit ain't alleged.
It's fucked up when you know some shit. Hey, he's out here in the streets.
Yeah, he's in these streets.
He's letting motherfuckers know that, hey, man, when boxing resumes, y'all motherfuckers better be ready to take a pay cut. As a matter of fact, anybody, you know what? Fuck it. Let me tell you how Kenny said it. He said, let's not call it pay cuts. Let's call it restructuring of contracts. I definitely know those things are going to happen. There's no way around that with anything that's going on. But I think boxing can get back in there quicker than, say, the NFL with 45 men roster and the NBA with the 12 men roster. Any other fighter who says he can't fight without having a large crowd there, then you're truly not a fighter and probably fighting just for the money. And that's the wrong reason to do it. So, I mean, the money means a lot, obviously. But if everybody's in the same situation, meaning everybody coming back has to restructure the things they're doing and everybody's got to make some type of adjustment to everything that's going on. If we want to get back in there, then everybody has got to do it. Now, part of me understands exactly what Kenny Porter is saying because here is the cold, hard motherfucking reality. Since we do not know how long it's going to be, since we do not know, because think about it, you still got to think about how you're hosting fights. Because last time I checked, and I check often, right? I work in infrastructure. I'm at the airport. There ain't no, it's probably more motherfucking it's probably more motherfucking fucking trash that rolled past the airport than actual people that's in that motherfucker.
Yeah, the airport's pretty clean right now, man.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
Yeah. You know, I used to pull up to the airport, they keep it moving, motherfucker, you can pull up to the airport, camp out, smoke a joint, eat your food.
Yeah, it's pretty clear, man. Ain't nobody moving nowhere, man.
Yeah. You know, so if you host a fight in Vegas, you got to hope the Vegas people come that live in Vegas because ain't nobody flying in that motherfucker. See what I'm saying? Yep. So you got to host a fight in an area where if a host a fight in California, Californians will come. Host a fight in New York people, you know what I'm saying? New York people come. You host a fight in Philly, you shit out of luck. You host
but there's no audiences. Who's going to come?
That you know what?
What do you mean?
That's very true. You're right.
There's no audience. So you host a fight in Philly or wherever the hell you host it at, it is what the fuck it is. The only thing that they're getting revenue off of is the views on television. That's it.
You're right. So at Kenny Porter's point, I understand what he's saying. Now, I do understand some of the guys saying, hey, man, in a big fight, I'm not trying to have a big fight like Earl Spence and Terence Crawford. I'm not trying to have that with no audience. And I understand that thinking. Mm-hmm. But up until we get to that point, you guys got to get back in the ring, fight a bunch of whatevers until we get there and reconstruct your contract. And I see what he means by when he says, if you're saying you don't want to fight from the crowd, you're not a real fighter, because if you've been through the amateurs, like Dillian Whyte, if you did sparring, hey, man, there's no crowds there anyway. But on professional level, it's a little different. Sometimes you need that motivation, you need to get going. But I do agree with him in this aspect. Motherfuckers need, and I said it before with Terence Crawford, I'm going to stick with this. Hey, boxing needs you. You got to take one for the fucking team, man. What you think, HNIC?
Well, at the end of the day, he basically said that fighters who are not looking to fight without audiences are fake fighters. Now, I went around looking to see who had been saying that. And the only ones that I remember or that I could find and that I could also remember that validated my thought process that said that was Teofimo Lopez and Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, Kenny Porter has been gunning for Terence Crawford, right? But more so, they're gunning for that Errol Spence Jr. rematch. But at the end of the day, he's saying, yeah, you're a fake-ass dude. If you're a fake-ass fighter, if you sitting here saying I'm not fighting without audiences. You know what I'm saying? You know, none of the guys, like none of the top champions, Jermell Charlo, Anthony Joshua, you know, none of those guys have said, I'm not going to fight without an audience. You know, it is what it is. So I think what Kenny Porter is saying is right, and probably a good chunk of the boxing world understands that they have to make adjustments. You know, Terence Crawford is going to eventually have to understand he's going to have to make an adjustment because he's in no fucking position to sit here and say, I'm not fighting without audiences. Nigga, you're not fighting when there is audiences. You know what I'm saying? So
that's fucked up.
Yeah, he's in a zero position to be saying for shit like that. But so I think everybody falls in line with what Kenny Porter is saying, man. You know, people are going to, the fighters are going to have to adapt, trainers, managers, promoters, etc. They're going to have to adapt until this COVID-19 shit passes 100%, which in my view is not going to be anytime fucking soon, this year or next. So at the end of the day, man, that's they just need to get ready to fight without audiences. And we talked about this a couple podcasts ago, dog. Like the first few times or fights anyway, the first collection of fights, you know, you'll get, you know, high level guys maybe or mid-level guys fighting, you know, journeyman niggas trying to get paid, you know, like Shakur Stevenson, Rafael Rivera, Jamel Herring's coming back to defend his WBO title. That ain't gonna be against anybody good. Understand that.
Right, you know yeah, it's not gonna be against Carl Frampton.
Yeah, I mean, well, his last one wasn't good. It was, you know, Cockroach, Lamont Cockroach. That shit was garbage, right? So it'd be another cockroach out here that he fighting. So, you know, don't expect that to be a good fight or anything. I mean, it could end up being one, but on paper, don't expect it to be. You know, and you're gonna get this, dog. And until it gets to the point where boxing understands that, damn, we might have to make these fights, dog, because fans are actually wanting to see Vasyl Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez, Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr., right? Yordenis Ugas versus everybody at welterweight. You know what I'm saying? Fans are getting to the point where they want to see this shit. We can't live too long off of these whack-ass cards that we're showing. And that's the reason why Bob Arum is saying he's going to do 2 a week, because the cards are going to be trash. So he's trying to bring interest to the fights that he's going to be showing, at least giving you a bunch of boxing so you can be grateful that you have a lot that you can watch. You see what I'm saying? And he's hoping, trust me, he's crossing his fucking fingers that the fights that he's bringing you are going to be exciting enough to keep you watching. That's what he's hoping. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But if he gives you one card, you know, maybe, I don't know, 3 cards a month or 4 cards a month, not even that much. It'd probably be 2 or 3 cards a month like they normally do, right? And it's not even a month, bro. I'm being nice. 2 or 3 cards every 4 months, right? Like they normally do. Well, then boxing fans are going to get tuned off very quickly because the cards are fucking trash. So that's why they're doing 2 a week. So eventually fans are going to come hip to that and be like, all right, man, this is cool. You know, I fucking watched, you know, Errol Spence Jr. versus Bobo Jones, man. I want to see this nigga fight somebody now. That's going to happen. And if this COVID-19 shit is still in play, when those fans get restless, when the majority of fans get restless, they're not going to have a choice, bro. And the demand for the big fights is going to be enough to where they, you know, they could possibly make some money on the views. I still don't think they're going to make anywhere near as much as they could if you consider the live gate. But that's just going to be, it's going to have to be a bullet that they're going to have to bite eventually, dog, as the fans get restless. You see what I'm saying? So Kenny's right. He's 100% right. And on top of that, I just think the boxing world is going to fall in line because we have no choice, man.
You know, it's interesting you say that because this is why y'all need to follow Three Kings Boxing. Kenny actually agrees with you because this is what Kenny said. I'm just speculating on my behalf, but I see this as the new wave. I don't see a lot of people wanting to jump on a plane and fly to Vegas and be around a lot of people. So I see it as the new movement where people just sit in their living rooms, watch the big fights. You know, more people will be home watching. Pay-per-views should do very well. And then also when guys are just starting off their pro careers, 4-rounders and 6-rounders, they're going to have to create some form of app which I am sure that they already have, but they're gonna have to create some type of app for those guys so people can see those fights. If they want to purchase that, you buy a monthly subscription or something like that.
They had it. They got rid of it.
Yeah.
They got rid of it. The zone basically knocked that app out, off the table. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to be. It would. I don't think no third party app is gonna work in that scenario, as we've already seen. It would have to be an app coming from the big names.
Exactly.
PBC has an app. The Zone already does it. They would have to. PBC Top Rank has ESPN Plus. And of course Frank Warren works with them, but a lot of these larger entities are gonna have to come up with their own apps and shit that show those fights, because a third party is not gonna be able to get that done unless they're actually sponsored by one of the top fucking brands, man.
Yeah, a third party not gonna be able to get it done only because of the only way a third party would work is if that third party is gonna feature all of the other brands on that third party.
All of them. Yeah.
Right. Why would the other brands let you get a piece of their money?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you wholeheartedly. But again, like you said, and again, the Here 3 King Boxing, we told y'all this. We said, listen, they're gonna have to come up with a way to subsidize that lack of revenue. They're gonna have to come up, they're gonna have to figure something out. And this could very well be the way. Listen, if you host fights where you have enough interesting prospects, like, and I hate to say it because we like to build fighters. Building Jerron Boots, Enos, and Rashidi Ellis to build for a big fight would be great. Hey man, having them motherfuckers right now would be even better. Why? Because we get to see these motherfuckers undefeated in their prime. Whoever wins moves on. This is where I say boxing in the American version should take on how the UK do their circuit, where you see like Nathan Gorman and Daniel Dubois, when you saw James DeGale and Carl Grove, you know what I'm saying, the up and coming top dudes fighting each other in that circuit. George Groves. I'm sorry. Yeah, man. George Groves, where you see that, where the undefeated guys in that type of circuit, they come up fighting each other. So you'll get them kind of fights. This is where that's good, because that's what pulls you in, because you'll see, man, these, like when Daniel Dubois beat Nathan Gorman, oh shit, this motherfucker ready for it. He ready for that next day.
I mean, but that's what they do though, man.
Yeah.
Like, Josh Taylor had to beat what's his name? I always forget his fucking name. Ohio Davies.
Ohio Davies.
He had to beat Ohio Davies. I mean, that's how they do over the UK. They typically have it's a pretty good circuit, man. Like, the fighters aren't all that great, but the circuit is excellent, man. They pretty much, the top prospects over there will fight each other.
Yep.
And then whoever wins is basically going to be pushed to world level. Meanwhile, that loser is still that loser is still on the UK circuit. Meanwhile, that winner gets pushed to the world stage. What were we gonna say?
I was the Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte.
Right, and Dillian Whyte had to move himself back up, to the point where he could be considered on the world stage. Exactly. Yep. So meanwhile, Joshua moved on, became a world level fighter. Yep. So yeah, bro, that shit's way better. My man Virtuoso said PBC has the Fox Sports Go app. Exactly. I couldn't remember their app. That's what's up, though, man. So there's those third-party apps, man. They're gonna have to, like, that fucking fight that what's his name just had out there in Minnesota. That light-skinned nigga that beat James DeGale, Caleb Truax. He had a fight out there in Minnesota not too long ago, man. I don't think that fight was aired. Maybe it was, but I don't remember.
It wasn't. It was at some type of mall. I remember that shit.
Okay. Well, if it wasn't on air, that third-party app would do good for fights like that. You know what I'm saying? Being able to show those fights that's not good enough, you know what I'm saying, to be on air. And there's going to be a hell of a lot of them during this COVID-19. So we'll see, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely see, man. But yeah, Kenny Porter, absolutely right. Like you said, Terence Crawford and guys like Fury, guys like they're smart. They're not saying anything. Bob Arum even said it. They're smart. They're being quiet. Let's let you do what you do. Figure this out. Even if they feel that way, they're not putting it out there in public. Because like I listen, I like Terence Crawford, but the craziest thing that nigga said is, "Well, you gotta pay me more money if ain't gonna be no audience, huh?" Nigga, where the money coming from?
PR people, man. PR people, man. That's why they need them, bro. That's why these fighters need people talking for them, but they be saying dumb shit all the time. I be laughing. And and fans don't understand how dumb it is, because the majority of the fans are just as fucking dumb. So they'll ride with the shit. then a nigga like me got to come in and tell you exactly what the fuck this means and why it's detriment. It's detriment to what he's trying to prove and what he's trying to accomplish. Then they'll be like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, exactly. Because when you see that nigga walking down the aisle with no fans, guess what?
Exactly, bro. Exactly. You better be happy with your $3 million you getting, bro.
Yeah, that's like I said. Boxing needs you. You got to take one for the team. The Texans said, I expect this to extend until next summer. That's when I think they'll prepare all those non-essential events organizations to require vaccinations papers ready.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
That's a big possibility, man.
My man, the Texan also said, I downloaded the Fox app. It was ass, honestly. Tried watching Harrison Charlo on there.
Yeah, I don't have the Fox app, so I don't know. But
no, me either.
Yeah, the only one I paid for was DAZN. Well, the only one Three Kings Boxing paid for was DAZN. I didn't pay for that shit with my own money, and then I got shit back in taxes. So, yo, man. Shout out to Eddie Hearn, man. Appreciate you giving my money back.
You know what this reminds me of, man? Who was it Miguel Cotto was gonna fight? Was it Saddam Ali? He was gonna fight somebody right there in Texas. You like, man, I could throw a rock, and he ain't lying. You could throw a rock and hit that motherfucking spot from where he lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, man, I'm not gonna waste my electricity.
Oh, it wasn't Miguel. It was fucking Canelo Liam Smith. They fought out here. Yeah, they fought like 5 minutes away from my house, 5-10 minutes away from my crib.
He said, man, I'm not gonna waste my electricity watching it.
Yeah, I ain't watching that shit. They actually, I got credentials to go to the fight. I didn't accept them. I fucking turned them down. Like, I ain't going to that shit, man. Who the fuck is Liam Smith? I'm not trying to see this knockout. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what happened. That was way before Three Kings was out, man. Way before.
Oh, hell yeah. Yep. It sure was. It sure was. All right, man. Last but not least, we have Yordenis Ugas. Viva la Cuba aquí en la calle.
Man. Richard Abril. That's my nigga. Right. Oh, wait. We talking about Yordenis Ugas. My bad. Go ahead. Abril continues. Yeah, unmute my shit, nigga. Richard Abril continues to be the greatest Cuban fighter of this era. Nigga. Hey, it can't be Guillermo Rigondeaux. He quit. I don't give it to quitters.
He's a WBA champion now. He redeemed himself. Just quit. Like Vitaly Klitschko quit and redeemed himself. He's in a Hall of Fame. Rigo can do the same.
Yes, who? What's the dude's name? Jesus Ceja? The fight he was getting his ass whooped in and they gave him a gift stoppage. You talking about that?
Stoppage? He knocked the nigga out.
Nigga didn't know it was a gift stoppage.
The nigga was on a stanky land.
Man, look, Jesus Ceja got up. The motherfucker got up, lucid as hell. The nigga just as lucid as I am right now, yelling. Just like, yeah, shit, let's go, ready to fight. Referee said, no, that's it. What?
The nigga got up. The nigga got up, dog, like Zab Judah when fucking Costa Zoo knocked him down. He got up, nigga was doing the stanky leg and shit. And no, we got to stop this shit. You know what I'm saying? He got hit by the jawbreaker. Can't let this go on.
Ceja was whooping Guillermo Rigondeaux's ass, bro. I had him up on the cards by far. I was like, Rigo about to get his ass whooped again, nigga. And all of a sudden, a gift stoppage.
Hey, man, look
out of here.
Look here. You are going, nigga. Okay, man. They need to. I'm coming to Texas, motherfucker.
Man, look, Laborio Solis was whooping that ass too until Rigo figured out he needed to move.
What? Laborio Solis was getting fucked up. Now, did he? Wait, hold on. Did he have his moments? He had his moments.
Laborio Solis was beating that ass from round 1 to like 5, and then finally Rigo was like, you know what? Let me stop doing this dumb shit. Sitting in the pocket, a fucking fighting style that I've never incorporated in my goddamn life. Let me stop doing that real quick and go back to the old Rigo when I was actually beating niggas. That's when he looked good. But Laborio Solis, the same dude that lost to Jamie McDonald,
Keep going. Keep
Dude,
going. Keep going.
that guy was whooping Guillermo Rigondeaux's ass, bro.
Hey man, what was the end result of that fight?
Hey, that's fine. All I'm
Okay,
saying is, look,
what was the end result of that
hold
fight?
up. All I'm saying is, listen, all I'm telling you is, at the end of the day, what was the end result of Rigo Loma?
Wait, how do we go from Livorio Solas to
Because
Rigo
the
Loma?
whole point of my argument is Rigo ain't the best Cuban fighter of this era because the nigga quit.
He's not. Okay, who's the best Cuban fighter of this era?
Richard Abreu.
What fucking other Richard? And you ain't even saying his name, Mike. You ain't even saying Rigo's name, man. It's Guillermo Rigondeaux.
Yeah, Ricard, whatever the fuck y'all niggas say. He's the best one.
It's Guillermo Rigondeaux. AJ.
Richard Abreu. Richard Abreu is the greatest fighter of this era for the Cubans.
Fuck out of here, nigga. I'd rather take. Hold on, and 2K can vouch for this, nigga. I'd rather you give me Mike Perez.
He didn't win no belt. Mike Perez ain't no champ.
I'd rather take Mike Perez over Richard Abreu.
Let me see something, bro. Look, your boy, Mike Perez ain't win no motherfucking belt, bro. None. Didn't he get knocked out? He got knocked out in the first round by somebody, or maybe it wasn't the first round, but he got knocked out by somebody.
That was after that dude died in the ring, and that fucked with him mentally, man.
What, Brian Jennings?
Man, get them on no meat eating Brian Jennings.
Brian Jennings whooped his ass. I don't remember, man.
He got it.
Mike Perez is an afterthought. Nobody cares about Mike Perez. At the end of the day, you can run down the Cuban fighters, my nigga. Like, Erislandy Lores would be the best Cuban fighter of this era because Rigo quit. Then Richard Abreu. Then ain't nobody else. Who else is there?
Richard Abreu?
Who else is there after Lores?
Over Rigo?
Yes, Rigo quit.
How long ago was that?
I'm still mad at Rigo.
On his way back. Okay, hold on. So you telling me if Rigo whooped the dog shit of now, no way, you still gonna put Burrell over Rigo?
Nah, I won't do that.
Okay.
I definitely won't do that.
And just to make it clear, I don't think Rigo beats Inoue, but it's a fight I would love to see.
Absolutely not. Yeah, he ain't beating Inoue, bro. But yeah, I definitely want to see that. Man, look, man, real talk, man. If Rigo didn't quit, that just really pissed me off, man. That's just something that's gonna be sticking with me for the rest of my days, bro. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he quit in a fight that was billed possibly the greatest technical fight ever. They were billing it as that before that fight, man. You got two. I think it's the first time two multiple Olympic gold medalists fought each other in the pros. The first time. Yep. You know what I'm saying? This fight was supposed to say classic. It was all over it. You know what I'm saying? All over it. They even created a belt for this shit, I think. You know what I'm saying? Did. It was classic written all over it. And Rigo fucked it up for everybody.
Hold on. I'll take it a step further. They had already, before these two dudes fights, inducted their gloves into the hall.
That's what it was. That's what it was. I don't think they created a belt. That's what it was. They inducted the gloves in the Hall of Fame. That's what it was. Yep. Exactly, bro.
Sad. However, I can't let no light-skinned motherfucker from Texas, New York, or wherever the fuck he from talk shit about my Cuban brother.
Like I said, man, Richard Abreu, man. That's how bad Guillermo Rigondeaux has pissed me off. Man, y'all hating on Richard Abreu, man. That motherfucker has what? I think he had 2 losses, right? And he was robbed against Brandon Rios. He was robbed. He had 2 or 3 losses. He was robbed against Brandon Rios, which was his last loss. I mean, the nigga lost to Hank Lundy, but we can learn to forget about things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on, dog. We can learn to forget about that, but we can't learn to forget about a motherfucker quitting.
The hell no! Because at least hold on.
He made it to the Hall of Fame.
At least Richard Abreu finished the goddamn fights. Richard Abreu ain't never been knocked out. He lost by split decision to Hank Lundy and Bradis Prescott. That's it. And then he got robbed against Brandon Rios. He finished the fights. Actually got robbed against Hank Lundy because now I'm thinking I remember that goddamn fight. He got robbed in that one too. The motherfucker probably only lost to Bradis Prescott, who gave Amir Khan his first loss. Richard Brill ain't no whack dude, man. Y'all hating on my nigga, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Nigga, he ain't over Rigo. That's all I'm gonna say.
Gave Sharif Boguer's first loss and shit. Beat Miguel Acosta. Y'all niggas hating, man. Y'all hating, man. Shit. He over Rigo because Rigo quit.
Hey, Rigo has regained his title, and you know what? Hey, and this Richard Brill is old. Nigga 37. We know that that's not true.
He ain't even fight no more. He retired a long time ago, I think.
Yeah, he did. 20. I think what last time he fought was 2016, was it?
And that was a W. Another one for Richard Brill. That's a bad motherfucker right there.
All right, man. Listen, man. Yordenis Ugas is out here, dog. I ain't gonna keep arguing with you. Richard, boy, you get ran down in Cuba if you ain't heard you say that. You better not take your ass to Miami. I'm gonna step to the side. I'm like, damn,
oh shit.
They gonna be like, he with you? I'm be like, no habla nada, porque no sé nada de él, porque muévete. I'm embracing. Nah, hey, real talk. If they ran up on you, I got your back. Fuck that bullshit.
Man, nigga, that shit ain't happening, nigga. Continue on.
You said it. Son of a Beretta might run up on your ass. Son of a Beretta might run up on your ass. I heard what you say, bro. What you say, bro?
This is what it is, then. Me and Sullivan Beretta about to fight. What they need to understand is this is a street fight, not the boxing ring. Two totally different fucking campuses, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Two
at least
totally different settings.
That motherfucker known for going down first.
Exactly, bro.
That's fucked up. That's my dog, but that's true. All right, man. You got Yordenis Ugas. Hey, Yordenis Ugas out here talking about something. He would entertain fighting Terence Crawford. He think that's a very good fight. Now, here's the thing. This is what I want to bring up to people. I know Crawford was talking Danny Garcia. Garcia's not going to take that fight.
Nah.
Right. He's just not going to take that fight. I think Crawford should look into this fight, Yordenis Ugas. He has the cachet. Okay. A lot of people felt like he did beat Sean Porter, and he has a string of wins, and he's a definite wild card in the fucking 147-pound division, which is why nobody's looking at him until they like Yordenis Ugas is one of them cats that unless he is a mandatory, you fight him. Outside of that, no, man. If I got other big money fights, I ain't looking at no motherfucking Yordenis Ugas. So I think a cat like Terence Crawford, Yordenis Ugas could do wonders for his fucking profile because again, he's been on a string of wins. A lot of people felt like this motherfucker did beat Sean Porter, and he is that wild card fighter. If Crawford does to Ugas the same thing he did to Felix Diaz, that could actually to me, fighting Ugas and beating Ugas could somewhat save you on the pound for pound.
Absolutely. Yeah. Somewhat. That's an excellent fucking win. I know Amiri Mom already did it, but that was a different Yordenis Ugas. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. The Ugas today will beat the dog shit out of Amiri Mom now, right? Totally different Ugas. So Ugas is ranked highly in all of the sanctioning bodies, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, absolutely. If he beats Yordenis Ugas, absolutely that helps him win the fucking pound for pound list. Absolutely. And actually, it's a good introduction into fighting. I mean, he fought other PBC fighters. Amir Khan was still being managed or at least advised by Al Heyman, right? You got Felix Diaz, right? You've got John Molina Jr. Yeah. So he's fought other PBC or advised by Al Heyman, who is PBC fighters, right? But a high-level PBC fighter, he has not fought yet. Yordenis Ugas will be a great introduction to that, bro. You see what I'm saying? At least he hasn't fought him at 147. That'd be an excellent introduction to that, bro. And that would be an excellent win if he were to beat Yordenis Ugas. And to be honest with you, that's a good fucking fight that I kind of want to see. Actually, I want to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Because that nigga did to Omar Figueroa, I was like, God damn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he beat the shit out of Omar Figueroa. I thought Omar Figueroa would be a lot better than that because of what he did to Robert Guerrero, but nah, man, he beat the fuck out of Omar Figueroa. That was embarrassing. I'm surprised that shit went 12. You know what I'm saying?
No shit.
But that's definitely a fight I'm trying to see, dog. And at the end of the day, Terence Crawford needs to be trying to get that. If anybody from the other side of the street is saying, I want to fight Terence Crawford, he needs to hop up immediately and say, make the goddamn fight. because he has no options right now but Kell Brook. That's it. And nobody wants – only niggas want to see Kell Brook is just to see if Terence Crawford is going to do better than Errol Spence did. That's it. That's the only reason why people want to see Kell Brook. But that fight, dog, Kell Brook lost to Spence, Gennady Golovkin. I mean, he didn't look good against Michael Zarafa. He didn't look good against the other cat he fought at 154 before Zarafa. I can't remember his name. I think he won that by knockout, but he didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? And then he didn't really look that good against Mark DeLuca. I mean, he beat a guy that Mark DeLuca that ain't shit. This is some kid from Boston. Nobody really knows who the fuck Mark DeLuca is, right? Only reason why I know who Mark DeLuca is because his goddamn promotional company keeps sending me press releases. That's it. That's the only reason why I know who the fuck Mark DeLuca was before he fought Kell Brook. That's the only reason, bro. I can't remember the name of this promotional company, but it's a Boston-based promotional company. And they kept sending press releases on fucking Mark DeLuca and all the other whack-ass fighters they got. It's the only reason why I know who he is. You know, and I will publish here, 1 or 2 out of 20 they send. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only reason why I knew who he was before Kell Brook fought him, dog. So at the end of the day, that fight doesn't say to us, yeah, man, Kell Brook is ready for motherfucking Terence Crawford, but that's going to be a good fight. And if you know boxing, you know goddamn well that's not going to be a good fight. It's going to look just like the Amir Khan fight.
Sure
you know what I'm saying? So I'm not interested in Kell Brook. I don't need to see Terence Crawford fight Kell Brook just so I can measure up how good he's going to do relative to how Errol Spence looked. I really don't care about that because it's a different Kell Brook, completely different Kell Brook than when Errol Spence fought him. So Terence Crawford can knock Kell Brook out in the first round. I'll be like, I mean, that really doesn't mean anything to me because when Kell Brook fought Errol Spence, he had only lost to Golovkin. He was still the IBF champion, so he had some incentive to actually fight, for his basically fight to his best ability, so he didn't lose his title, right?
Exactly.
But at this point in time, I mean, this nigga's damn near out the sport. It really doesn't matter what happens to him against Crawford. So Yordenis Ugas is an excellent fucking candidate. He is a PBC fighter. He's high level, but he's not in the same company as Sean Porter, Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, and Keith Thurman. For some reason, Keith Thurman is still higher than Ugas. But anyway, and then of course Manny Pacquiao. He's not in the same company as those 5 fighters. Even though he was robbed against Sean Porter, he's not in their company in terms of popularity. So with him not being in their company, PBC could afford to give Terence Crawford Yordenis Ugas, and that's an excellent fucking win if he gets that, bro. He needs to push for that fight, man.
I would definitely push for that fight because, like you said, fighting Kell Brook does nothing for your profile. As a matter of fact, it lowers your profile. Why?
Right.
Because think about what it did. Even though Earl won, it really didn't do much for Earl because he won. Everybody's like, yeah, but he was damaged goods from fighting Golovkin.
Sure.
There was a lot of people that was saying that. There was a lot of people not trying to give Earl that credit after beating Kell Brook. Said, yeah, but he was damaged goods already for fighting fucking Golovkin.
Right.
Okay. The only thing that saves Earl and me was the valiant effort that Brook was putting up in that fight.
Right.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, you can say he was damaged goods, but he didn't look like damaged goods. And what I mean, go ahead.
Brook was whooping his ass in the beginning of that fight.
Thank you. Exactly. that was what I was about to say. I've seen damaged goods fighters. Okay. I really have. Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Chad Dawson was never the same after Andre fucking.
Oh, absolutely not. That's a good one. That's a very good one.
He was never the same. He was never the fucking same after
Chad Dawson out here in these streets getting knocked out by fucking Tommy Carpensy. So, I mean, I think he didn't get knocked out. He lost a decision.
Carpensy.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
That's a hell of a fall from grace, dog.
Oh my god.
Hell,
that actually got Carpensy a fucking title shot with Adonis Stevenson, dog.
It sure did. Yeah, it did. It's showing the fun. I forgot all about that, man. I remember being pissed off. I said, "What? You fighting? What? You fighting who?"
Tommy Carpensy. Oh. Go ahead,
it's like
man.
when that nigga fought Thomas Williams Jr. after he went life or death with was it Brian Vera?
No, not Brian Vera. No, the other Puerto Rican cat.
Edgar Rodriguez.
Yeah, Edwin Rodriguez. Yep.
Edwin Rodriguez. I said, didn't he just go life or death with Edgar Rodriguez? What?
Yeah, it was like 4 knockdowns in 2 rounds and shit. Yeah. Something like that between the two. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Shit was stupid whack. Same thing with Tavares Cloud. After Bernard Hopkins beat him, that nigga was never the same.
Yep.
He was never the same. He took 2 losses after and dipped out.
Yep. Exactly.
So for me, fighting a Kell Brook actually would hurt his profile. But fighting Ugas would, like I said, it would save you on the pound for pound list because he's good enough. He's right. Like if you look, fuck looking across all the other rankings. If you just type in top welterweights, Yordenis Ugas is in that fucking mix. He's in the top fucking 10.
Yeah.
So you fight another top 10 motherfucking welterweight, that saves you. Fighting Kell Brook does fuck all nothing for you. Nothing.
No, it doesn't matter.
As a matter of fact, if you fight him, and let's say you fight him, and Kell goes 12, that actually diminishes you. If Kell goes 12 rounds.
Yeah.
This is a dude coming down from 154.
Coming down from 154, and he's nowhere near in his prime.
And yep, nowhere near in his prime. So I would look at Yordenis Ugas. I'm just saying, if I'm him, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna look at that Ugas fight, man. That's definitely gonna help him. And he needs this right now, man. So, hey, I like it. And despite, what anybody say, Edsline Lauder #1, Guillermo Rigondeaux down #2. All right, man.
Look, I'm gonna say something, man. Like at the end of the day, bro, like if anybody is jumping to want to fight Terence Crawford, that's a high level fighter in PBC, he needs to get off his fucking ass, man. I'm just saying, bro. Like I right now, I'm highly mad at Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. The PBC has frozen him out, but Terence Crawford ain't making no moves to make this shit better. Actually, Terence Crawford is in the media saying everything's okay, and it really isn't. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole Errol Spence's car accident fucked up a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? It really did. They were in negotiations to fight. Actually, we told y'all, we had the information. At the end of the day, Errol Spence and Terence Crawford were actually getting ready to fight. And then the negotiations ceased. And then Errol Spence ended up fighting Sean Porter, right? They were very close. And then, of course, right after the Sean Porter fight, he got in the car accident. And then, that's history was made now, right? Now we're waiting to see what Errol Spence is actually going to do. So that pushed off a possible fight with Terence Crawford to the however long it's going to take. At the end of the day, though, bro, I understand they froze you out. I understand they don't look at your goddamn title and all that shit, right? But you're not out here saying, yeah, man, these motherfuckers are ducking me. They're not wanting to fight me. You know what I'm saying? You're not basically enticing the fans or giving the fans an incentive to want to back you. You're not giving it to them. Coming out here saying you don't need the Errol Spence fight because you're already in the Hall of Fame. Well, fans are going to be like, oh, well, then fuck it then. You don't need it. Nobody's going to back you after that, man. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's going to have your back. The fans are the reason why you got the Julius Ndongo fight. Let me remind you that. Because the IBF and Daryl Peoples was like, nope, Sergey Limpinets. No, the fans were like, no, fuck that, man. We ain't never heard of no Sergey Limpinets. We don't want that fight. We want the next undisputed champion since Costa Zoo. That's what we want. And the fans rallied. Daryl Peoples delivered. He said, okay, go ahead and fight him, Julius. We'll have Sergey Limpinets either fight the winner or fight for the vacant IBF title. That's exactly what he did. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the fans are the reason why you got to be undisputed, because Daryl Peoples allowed you to fight fucking Julius Ndongo for their title. So again, use the fans so that you can get these fighters with these high-level PBC people, man. That's how it's going to work. And as long as you out here saying everything's okay, everything's roses and shit, everything's honey, the fans not going to back you, dog. So he, like I said, man, he's got to get more vigilant at trying to make these fights. And that's why I'm pissed off at him right now.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. All right, man, before we roll on out of here, let's go. Check out our comments. My man, Kendrick Taylor said, Rigo all before the fight, all over Twitter, not afraid, then quit. Yeah, Rigo was, oh, man, he was doing the most, dog.
All the more reason why Richard Brill. Richard Brill was never on Twitter, and he never said anything of the sort. Put his feet in his mouth and shit, talking about he could whoop A, B, and C fighter and then get in the ring and quit. Man, Richard Brill never did that, dog. I'm telling you, man. Number 2 in this era, Richard Brill.
I swear, I hope Rigo beat annoying so I can rub this shit in your face.
That shit ain't happening. Stop it.
I know it's not. Just like Scott Brown, Ugas is the only guy I would let fight Bud, guaranteed. Oh, most definitely. We saw that with Felix Diaz and John Molina Jr. He's that type of fighter.
Yeah, he's kind of in the same boat, even though he's a better fighter than both of those guys, right? Much better. He's still in that boat, you know, because like I said, he's not up there with the top 5 elite PBC guys at welterweight that Al Haymon has. So yeah, I could definitely see him. He's probably number 6 actually. So I could definitely see him going over there, allowing him to go over there and fight Bud. Absolutely.
My man Kendrick again said Chad Dawson's biggest mistake was leaving Senior. Eddie didn't work well with him, it seemed.
Chad Dawson's biggest mistake was moving down to 168.
68, yep.
He should have never did that. And it was all him. I remember a lot of people were like, man, Andre Ward, a bitch ass dude. You know what I'm saying? You call nigga up. You know what I'm saying? Come down. You know, 68, motherfucker. No, that's not what happened. Chad Dawson was all after he beat, I believe, Bernard Hopkins, wasn't it? He said, yep, I will go down to 168 and fight Andre Ward for his title. And I remember when that fight was signed, sealed, and delivered, both fighters were in training camp. I remember a particular female reporter was in Chad Dawson's training camp, and she gave him an opportunity to say, the weight is too much. I can't do it. She asked him, she said, we're halfway in the training camp. Is everything okay with you? He said, absolutely. I feel great at this weight. No excuses if I win or lose in that fight. That's what he said. So, and he went out there and got the piss beat out of him, knocked out. Right? That was his fatal mistake, fatal to his career, dog. Because if he would have been like, I want to fight Andre Ward, but tell him to come up to 175, we'll fight for my belt and the lineal status. You see what I'm saying? That's what he should have said. But he didn't say that. If he would have done that, fought him at 175, he would have been actually, because going to 168, you know what I'm saying? I think that actually drained him, but he's too stupid to understand that until after he got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Because after he got knocked out, that's when he was out here in the media saying he was drained, right? But that at that point didn't matter. You already said you wanted to do it yourself to go to 168. You can't blame that on the weight. You definitely can't blame it on Andre Ward. That's your fault, right? So it drained him. He would have been more in shape at 175. There would have been his titles on the line and the lineal championship, and it was Andre Ward. You could have been the first guy to beat Andre Ward since he was 12 years old, man. Come on, man. Stupid. That was the dumbest shit he ever did.
My man Scott Brown said T.O. is going to fight on his own with all their subscribers leaving with no fans, but not Loma with no fans. I hope he gets a lot of cash. Looks like duck to me.
I don't know, man. Loma's already out here saying he wants a tune-up, so I can't say it's a duck by T.O. I don't know, man. I already told y'all, man, Bob Arum is in both of their ears. And I already told you, Top Rank likes to have their new champions defend the title. And I gave y'all numerous examples of this. So I can see Bob Arum telling T.O., hey, man, defend your title first, then we'll go to Loma. I can see that. I can see Bob Arum going to Loma. You've been out for a little while. Let's go ahead and have a tune-up while Teofimo actually defends his title. I can see that. 100%.
Oh, heck yeah. And he should do that, man. My man Stephen Pryor says Crawford versus Porter. You know, the thing about that is that's a fight that Porter wants, but Terence Crawford just don't seem to be too eager to even want that fight because they're friends.
Yeah.
So Porter has stated vividly, hey, that's a fight he's not opposed to and things like that, right? But that's it's up to Terence Crawford because Crawford's talking Danny Garcia. I haven't heard him mention anything about Sean Porter. So
he don't want Sean Porter. He already mentioned that Sean Porter's not a fight that he's looking to fight. He mentioned the whole friendship shit. You know what I'm saying? He mentioned, I'm not looking to fight him. I want Errol Spence, which I understand because it's the same situation with Deontay Wilder, Dillian Whyte, and Anthony Joshua. Why do I need to fight the guy that the top dog already beat when I want the top dog and I got a title? It's the same situation. So, at the end of the day, I understand why he doesn't want to fight Sean Porter or shouldn't have to fight Sean Porter. But at the same time, bruh, you are at the other side of the street and your side of the street is losing drastically You know what I'm saying? Like y'all getting blown out in this game, bro. So you really he just need to take what he can get, dog. I'm just saying. And that's why I want him to take the Ugas fight, man.
Yeah, them numbers are definitely dwindling down for you over there, man. All right, my man Scott Brown said I did not hear Loma say he wanted a tuna.
Nah, Bob Burnham, Teofimo
Yeah.
Lopez, they all came out with that information. Loma doesn't come out with information like that. He doesn't say much of anything. But Bob Arum was the one that came out and basically said there will probably be a tune-up for Vasyl Lomachenko. And that's what I'm saying. You know, Bob Arum is the one that is in the ears of these fighters. This is why, you know, that prospect Brian Mendoza left Bob Arum just recently, the guy that we interviewed, because he specifically said, what I'm telling you right now is that Bob Arum and Top Rank, they try to take control of your career 100%. They'll tell you where you can go, where you can move. And he's basically like, look, man, I'm looking to go to 154. They didn't want him going to 154. So he said, fuck it. I'll branch off and do my own thing. And that's exactly what Bob Arum's doing with T.O. and Vasyl Lomachenko right now, man.
And here's you know what the thing about it is? He's right. He should do that. Then I get Teofimo Lopez. And, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's me. These young motherfuckers are so eager for that quick shit that they don't look at the long game, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, like they look at if they hit a home run, they be just, yeah, one zip, yeah, nigga, we got 9 more motherfucking innings to go.
Right.
Hey, you remember what's that? Juwan Howard. Remember that nigga Juwan Howard?
Hell yeah.
All right, remember Juwan Howard? I forget what team he was playing. Motherfucker had 26 or 28 points in the first half. Right. Then he told the other team, man, y'all better get somebody out here double team on me. Didn't score no more points a second for the rest of the game.
Right.
That's how these young motherfuckers act to me, man. Dog, you gotta look at the long ball, right? Mm-hmm. Double dip, get a fight, get paid, then get a big money fight with Loma. Double dip. Because if you lose to Loma, you ain't double dipping nothing. It gets tough after that, man.
Start all over again if he loses to Loma, because at the end of the day, Teofimo's a champion. He's the IBF champion. But he hasn't done enough in his career to where losing to Loma doesn't really move him anywhere in terms of, you know, you got a lot of pub and you got a lot of a loyal fan base. There's a lot of people that follow Teofimo. Mm-hmm. But how many of those motherfuckers are loyal? Loyalty is the one that matters, right? Like Deontay Wilder just got obliterated by Tyson Fury, but his loyal fan base barely fucking moved. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody really jumped off that bandwagon because he has a bunch of loyal followers. Teofimo doesn't have that. Teofimo has what you like to call part-time fans right now, because they like how the nigga does the Fortnite dance and the backflip and shit, and he's been knocking cats out. But if he loses the facility, they're gonna be like, man, I knew the nigga was green. Then they're gonna go to the next guy. That's what's gonna happen. So what Bo is saying is right. He's got to get a fight in, double dip, you know, have an opportunity to keep your loyal fans, or at least make part-time fans into loyal fans before you actually get in there with Vasyl Lomachenko, man.
You know what's funny about that is two things, and you're right. Like Ryan Garcia got loyal fans. He was beefing with Oscar De La Hoya. Them motherfuckers, the only people that was telling him he shouldn't publicly do it were other fighters. Right. His fan base was not wavering. They said, yeah, Kid Flash, yes, Kingery, get what you want, get what you want. The other fighters were saying that he shouldn't have did it, but his fan base was there. And then here's the thing with Teofimo Lopez. I've actually heard other fighters on Twitter tell him, so you've been claiming how much you want to fight Lomachenko, but now you talking about something you ain't gonna fight it with no fans. They like smell like a duck to me.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So to your point, you're right. I've seen that on Twitter. So you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm. Let me do this one more, man, before we get out here.
Go ahead.
My man Sporting Advantage said, very true, not being funny, but Kenny started the We Want Crawford. When Crawford and Porter were being slightly beta with that friend talk. Yeah, man. See, Porter wasn't being beta. Sean wasn't being beta. Sean was like, man, I'm fighting by the fuck. I don't give a fuck who it is. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter had just fought one of his good friends in Errol Spence. So, yeah, you know, he's over that friend shit. He don't care. The nigga that was acting beta was Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? We got good thing going, man. Yeah, I like the nigga, man. I ain't trying to fight him, man. Fuck that. Bo heavyweight champion of the world, guess what? I'm number one contender, guess what? Hell, Bo heavyweight champion. I'm not even a contender. I just see that nigga's got one of the belts. Guess what?
Hell, nigga, we could be fighting to be a contender for the belt.
Exactly. Shit, I'm champion, and Bo's grandfather is basically calling me out, saying, "Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We want 2K. Guess what?
Why my grandfather gotta be calling you out?
Guess what? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, bro, yeah, man, yeah, dog, he needs to fight that nigga, man.
That's right, man. All right, man, we're going to get up out of here. We want to thank all you guys for joining us, for being here. As always, man, go to threekingsboxing.com for the latest, greatest, what's going on in the sport of boxing. A lot more things coming. Now that boxing is back, y'all better believe things is ramping up. We got news, we got interviews, got a lot of things going. Shout out to my man, Mike Wilson, who interviewed Al Bernstein. Definitely go check that out. Big Cool, he had some interviews. Me and Bakari had an interview, and we got some more coming, all right? HNIC, man, take us out.
Y'all know the do, man. Go to Twitter at 3kingsboxing, Instagram at 3kingsboxing, right here, facebook.com/3kingsboxing. This YouTube channel, The Prodigy of Boxing Talk. Come here every, day now? We used to do every Monday, Thursday. It's every day now, bro. 6 o'clock to 6:30 Central, 7 o'clock to 7:30 Eastern, 4 o'clock to 4:30 Pacific. And most importantly, go to threekingsboxing.com for the latest and greatest in boxing news and information, as well as interviews, unfiltered, raw, uncut, realest shit you ever gonna hear, man. Come back. We'll holler at you until tomorrow.